lads. What a win. That is the most impressive I've seen the Indiana Fever team play as a totality of a team in 2 years. No Caitlin Clark. For argument's sake, no Kelsey Mitchell, because she was literally their worst player today. Kelsey Mitchell was literally the worst player today for the Indiana Fever. She was terrible. Outside of Michaela Timpson, but it just wasn't her game. It just wasn't her game. Sophie Cunningham, 12 points in the game. Huge down the stretch. Huge. Thank you, Tom, for the $10. Really appreciate that. Sophie Cunningham, huge down the stretch. Ari McDonald with 27. They were just hacking the shit out of us. Like, they literally were just hacking. And if you guys agree to this, subscribe and leave a like. If we could get like 8 or 9, if we get 500 likes, even on this stream, if we get 500 likes, and if we could get to 55.6k by the end of the day, that would be insane. That'd be absolutely insane, lads. Thank you guys, 55.5k. But we're trying to hit 55.6k. We're 40 subscribers off. We might be able to do it. But lads, that was crazy. Thank you, Rob, for the $10. Really appreciate that. The Phoenix Mercury are now... DeWanna Bonner, they're now negative with DeWanna Bonner on the team. Like, they are literally negative with DeWanna Bonner there. DeWanna Bonner, she definitely don't want to play in Indiana again. 1 of 4 from the field, 4 points. Like, shot an air ball, got swatted, and nearly shot a wedgie off the backboard. Kalia Copper was good. Alyssa Thomas was really good. She was really, really good. 32 points and earned all 32. She was really good. And the Indiana Fever were clutch. They were clutch today. That's all I'm going to say. They were clutch. They were clutch. They went down 77-76. And then they went and got the lead right back. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. They went down. It didn't matter. Chloe effing Bibby, plus 19. Chloe Bibby hit one of the biggest shots in the game to make it. I think it was it an 8-point game in the fourth quarter down the stretch. Chloe Bibby, what a game. Damiris Dantas. I think it was the second or third quarter. But Damiris Dantas, this was Brazil Dantas. This was Brazil Dantas. Lexi Hull did Lexi Hull things. She put in effort. She did Lexi Hull things. Like, fouled out with 2 points, but I thought she was fine. Timpson just wasn't her night. Wasn't her night. The way they played too aggressive, and she's still a little bit too raw to play against this type of team. It is what it is. Don't blame Steph White for taking her out after 5 minutes. Kelsey Mitchell was garbage, but after the last couple of games she's allowed to be garbage for one. She's allowed to be garbage for one. It is what it is. Like, great players are going to have garbage games. Caitlin's had plenty of them this season. Aaliyah's had plenty of them this season. It's allowed to happen. It is allowed to happen. But, like, the Indiana Fever were unbelievable. For the Phoenix Mercury, I love that the biggest myth got exposed. The biggest myth is that Satu Sabali is some sort of winning player. She's an empty stat player who has no relevance to whether or not our team wins. If Satu Sabali played 0 minutes in that game instead of 24, and all 24 of those minutes were, and then all those minutes were played by, I don't know, between Kat Westbeld, Lexi Held, Cole McCanney, and Kit Laxa, they're rookies. Like, if Kit Laxa played 24 and Satu Sabali played 8, it would have made no difference at all. I know whatever the plus minus, but it would have made no difference at all to the game. It would have made no difference at all to that game. DeWanna Bonner, like, I thought Catherine Westbeld was good. I thought she was good today, but DeWanna Bonner was awful. Absolutely awful. But honestly, for the Indiana Fever, Ari McDonald, career game. A career game for Ari McDonald. Like, she was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I gotta, again, give a lot of props to Chloe Bibby. Chloe Bibby is a difference maker. Chloe Bibby can shoot the ball. She shoots it with confidence. She's aggressive. I thought she played pretty well on defense. And again, she spreads the floor. if you are able to spread the floor, it frees up space for everyone else by just standing there. Her being there helps so much. Absolutely so much. Sophie Cunningham was a bit of a non-factor through 3 quarters. Unbelievable in the 4th quarter. Absolutely unbelievable in the 4th quarter. And, like, it was well and truly a game where Steph White, masterclass. This was where I'm like, okay. I think she plays puke ball. I think, like, the team can play some of those boring basketball today. It wasn't boring. I do think the Phoenix Mercury kind of forced that upon us, but it doesn't matter. We can play fast. We can play slow. We can genuinely do a bit of everything. We put up 107 points on the Phoenix Mercury. We put up 107 on the Phoenix Mercury. Let me guess, I picked the Fever to lose. Of course I picked the Fever to lose. Who the hell picked the Fever to win this game? This is literally the first regular season game that the Fever have beaten a team above 500 since June 2022. The last time this happened, I was in hospital nearly dying from a pulmonary embolism. Since then, I have gotten back out while I had an Achilles tear, came back from the pulmonary embolism, got off blood thinners, came back from my Achilles tear, then tore my meniscus in my first game back, had to deal with that for one summer, then go and went and played a full season, played another season where I could barely play, put on 30 pounds, got back, lost the 30 pounds, and now we're back here. And it's been that long since the last time they did it. And they freaking did it. They did it. This was an unbelievable game. An unbelievable game. Like, the Indiana Fever, and what Stephanie White has the ability to do is, I actually think she's a playoff coach. The Phoenix Mercury, they are a 3-point shooting team. They let Alyssa Thomas drop 30 on them. They were fine with AT scoring 30. What Indiana didn't want was I know Kat Westbeld hit a couple of shots, but what they didn't want was easy shots for Wickham, easy shots for Held, easy shots for Laxa, easy shots for a Cole McCann who didn't shoot a 3. This is a team who notoriously shoots 33s a game. They shot 1, 3, 10, 13, 15, 20, 21. They shot 21 threes as a team. They shot 21 threes. And that is, in fairness to Stephanie White, she can be an elite. She is an elite game planner. Does she play puke ball a lot of time? Hell yeah. Am I going to call out Stephanie White for some shit that she does throughout the year? Hell yeah. But one thing's for sure, man, she is a playoff coach. The way she makes adjustments, the way she game plans, she is a playoff coach. And ironically, you might be saying, oh, they gave up 101 points. They gave up 101 points because of the amount of possessions the Phoenix Mercury had. The Phoenix Mercury just kept fouling the Indiana Fever early in the shot clock. So the Phoenix Mercury had so many more possessions to do that. They had so many more possessions to do that. The points does not show how much better the Fever's defense was. You can look at the points and say, oh, their defense is bad. No, the Fevers did exactly what they were meant to do. They played the game. They didn't play the scoreboard. They went out with their game plan. They stuck with their game plan. They absolutely stuck with their game plan. And they did what they did. They did what they needed to do. And it was an absolute masterclass. And I got to give Stephanie White a lot of credit there. I got to give Steph White a ton of credit because Steph White is absolutely showing that as much as we can be annoyed by her, as much as her style of play is bad, she's going to make the correct adjustments that Christy Sides couldn't make in the playoffs. I just wish she could let us play at least a little bit more free flowing. But anyway, yeah, that's that.